Kick this off and we'll get this going. All right. Welcome for those of you who are just joining us. Glad to have you here. So Todd, while we're waiting for folks to kind of come in the room, I know you're in the airport. Where are you off to this time?
I know this fake background doesn't do justice. I'm heading to Las Vegas for the mastermind event there. So it's the next 2 days, and it'll be some of our industry favorites that are speaking. I think they have about 600 plus attendees, and Jocko Willink is the big gun. He's the outside hired gun speaker. So that'll be fun. I've never seen Jocko speak or met him, so that'll be great. I get on stage in between Barry Habib and Dave Savage, and for a few minutes to introduce Dave. So that'll be kind of exciting as well.
Very nice. All right, you're doing Dave Savage intro then?
I am. I am in between two legends of the mortgage space.
That's awesome. Well, welcome everybody. If you've just joined us, this is Todd Bookspan. I'm Brandon Barnum. We'll get started here in just a moment. We were just rapping about this mortgage mastermind. What's the title for the event?
I think it's literally called the Mastermind Summit. I think it's been Stephen Marshall created the event years ago. He's partnered up with a gentleman named Matt Emery, who, if any of you have ever been to Sales Mastery of yesteryear, Matt for years and years was the person who put those together, and he went off on his own. And he's just a great human and excited. So yeah, if any of you are going to be at the event, definitely send me a message here through chat. I would love to connect.
All right, wonderful. Well, what I would love to do, you're here for the Lead Gen Hacks for Mortgage Pros. So before we get started, thank you for joining us. We'd love to see where in the world you are. So in chat, if you'll go ahead and put your company that you work with and your city and state that you live in, that would be awesome. Then we can kind of see who's in the room and see what kind of coverage we have today. So just put in chat your company and then also your city and state, and then we'll welcome you, and then we'll get this kicked off. Today's conversation is really about lead generation for mortgage pros. How do you win more business? How do you get more loan applications coming in the door? And that's really what it's at. So if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Let's see. I see JP Mortgage in Louisville. All right. Annie Mac, Home Mortgage. Excellent. Not sure where that's at. Gina, but welcome. Thank you. Dream Home Lending in Dallas, Texas. I get to go down to speak in Dallas in September. That'll be fun. Harrison Sangster, CCM Lake Placid, cross country. Love it. Brett with Prime Lending. Samuel with American Pacific in Sacramento. Okay, cool. So we got coast to coast. Gina is in Nevada. So maybe Gina can come see you down in Las Vegas, Todd.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event, and I'm seeing lots of familiar names on here of folks who were on Scriptapalooza last week. So thanks for jumping in and joining us. I appreciate you being here.
I love it. A few more. Charlotte, North Carolina, Plano, Texas, the Woodlands, Texas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Fantastic. Well, you guys are in the right place. We're going to give you a ton of value. So thank you for joining us. This is all about you. And really, this is all a conversation about how do you get more business. The last 12 months have been tough in the mortgage business. And we think that we've got a way that can really make a dramatic difference. And Todd and I just got off of a coaching call that we do twice a month. And I love this, Todd. Donnie, who's I think you're going to meet in Las Vegas. I loved hearing her report today. She said in the last 30 days, she's got 8 new referral partners, and she's gotten 20 referrals and 8 new loan applications just in the last 30 days using what you're teaching, man. So good job, Todd.
Well, I love it. And I just want to throw a shout out to her, because what's unique about her is she's a rookie in the business as a loan officer. She's a veteran of the business on the operation side. And she made the switch, right? Company's been tightening up, laying off operations. And she said, hey, I'm going to jump in and be a loan officer. And here she is, 5 months in the business, getting 8 applications, building 8 referral partners with what we've taught her. And I feel like a lot of the loan officers who've been in it for years and years and years have been kind of stuck in their tracks. And so I love the fact that she's taking action. She's willing to do things differently, and she's teachable. So I hope I know you're all here because you're all coachable as well and excited to share.
Beautiful. Thanks, John. All right. Well, we'll kick this off. So this today is all about you. If you want to be known as the #1 top trusted mortgage expert in your market, we're going to show you how to do that. And this is really for you if you want more realtor referrals specifically. That's the name of the game, obviously, in the mortgage business. So we've got some strategies that we're going to teach you to be able to do that. Just so those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandon Barnum. I'm the CEO of HOA.com, and I was in your shoes for 12 years, from 1997 to 2009. I got started in my 20s. I was a single dad. I had custody of my son, Sebastian, who now works for us at HOA.com, which is so cool. But back then, I was making $20,000 a year when I got custody, and I was bouncing my mortgage checks. I was working as an estate planning director for a law firm, marketing director for an estate planning law firm, and couldn't afford to pay my daycare and my mortgage. And so I got in the mortgage business, and I had somebody that mentored me, and they taught me the art and science of raving referrals. And I went on to close over $500 million in mortgages in that industry. But then in 2009, I got out of the business, and I've been building tech platforms ever since. Technology that helps people create referrals and referral partnerships. That's really what my focus has been. That led to building the world's largest referral network, Refer.com. We had 5 million members, 250,000 realtors, and since went on to write the book Raving Referrals. And so excited to be partnering with Todd Bookspan of Win by Noon. Todd?
I just always loved that 5 million members of your last venture. So yeah, I'm Todd Bookspan, the founder of Win by Noon. For those of you who don't know me, been in the mortgage business for over 20 years. And although I don't actively originate, I still lead a team. I've got a business partner, my wife, run a mortgage team that's averaged over 400 transactions, over 100 million for more than a decade now, closed over $1 billion of loans by referral. And if you're familiar with Mortgage Coach and Dave Savage, who we were mentioning as we were rolling out this call, Dave and I founded Trust Engine, now Trust Engine, formerly Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind Group, together about 7 years ago. And he and I co-promote the Modern Mortgage Summit. We just did Scriptapalooza, and I'm super fortunate to get to hang out with all of you today.
All right. Love it. Well, let's get into, I'm sure you got the invitation and you're like, HOA.com, isn't that homeowner associations? Well, kind of, it sort of. We're building a real estate centric platform for homeowners. So from that perspective, absolutely. But it's not only for HOAs. We're actually creating community pages for every neighborhood in America. So quick commercial, and then we'll get into the training. Basically, what we're building is like Nextdoor meets Angie's List meets Zillow. It's like Nextdoor because we're creating online community pages for every neighborhood in America. And then we connect homeowners to top trusted pros, people that have been vetted and pre-screened, kind of like an Angie's List, but we do it differently. And you're going to see all about that. And then also we have a component that's like Zillow, where it's home valuation and home search. We have over 90% of the homes in MLS nationwide that are built into this platform. So it's everything about your home in one central place. Now, when we talk about homeowner associations, what's amazing there is that there's over 370,000 HOAs. In fact, 53% of all homeowners live in an HOA. We believe there's a better way to HOA because not everybody loves their HOA. So we're out to completely re-engineer and revolutionize the industry. So that's just the quick plug, but the rest of this is about you. So let's get into it. And I'm actually going to launch a poll here because I'd love to hear from you. What is working best for you right now in your business? So on screen, you see 5 different answers. Go ahead and answer that. Is it advertising? Are you advertising? Are you buying leads? Is social media driving loan applications to your funnel, or is it referrals from past clients or referrals from referral partners? Go ahead and answer that. We'll give you about 5 more seconds, and then we'll share the results and then show you guys what's working, and then have that conversation about how do you attract more loans for your pipeline. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and we'll close this. Sorry, I know there was a couple last minute people coming in. Let me share the results. Okay, so we had 17% of you said social media. So about 1 out of 5 or so are using social media, and that's where you're driving referrals from. And that's awesome. We're actually going to show you a way that you can optimize that. So if that's what's working best for you, we're going to show you how to accelerate that even more. And then the rest of you, nobody's doing advertising, is their number one source anyway. Nobody's buying leads. So it looks like referrals from past clients is 11%. And then 72% said referrals from referral partners. That's not too surprising, is it, Todd?
Not at all. Sorry, I got to work my mute here in the noisy lounge. And I love seeing that, right? I mean, Brandon, we know that you wrote the book on referrals, and I think the best of the best do that. And I'd love to see that there's other areas that people are getting referrals from as well. And I was glad to see it wasn't from advertising.
Yeah, for sure. Well, now let's ask you this. When you think about businesses and realtors specifically, realtors and then other pros who serve homeowners, what do you think their number one biggest challenge is? Okay, go ahead and put this in chat. We didn't do a poll for this, but what do you think the number one biggest business challenge is for the realtors that you're trying to win business from? Anybody want to take a guess? Harrison says listings. Okay, I like that. Anybody else? Going once? I realize you need a couple of seconds to actually type the answer in the keyboard. So, okay, Christine says open houses. Karen says trusted partners. Yeah, and you guys are all saying different versions of the same thing, right? Because what they really need, inventory, Gina, yeah, no doubt. You're absolutely right. The reality is they need more clients, right? If you put yourself in the shoes of the realtors that you're looking to win business from, the reality is they need more clients. That's what they're thinking about, just like you're thinking about that as well. And what we know is that as we've done surveys, 90% of pros said that attracting more clients is their number one biggest business challenge. So what if there was a way that you could solve that for your realtors, for your financial planners, insurance agents, attorneys, accountants, and help them win more business while you win business at the same time? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, the problem has been historically is that most professionals don't promote themselves consistently. They don't follow up with past clients. And most people don't feel comfortable asking for referrals, and most don't know how to build referral partnerships. I'm not going to call any of you out. If that's you, I'm not going to ask you to out yourself, but that's what we see all the time. And Todd, I know you have private clients that pay you $30,000 a year for private coaching. This is kind of the stuff you solve for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's the word there is consistently, right? Is that how do we actually get business consistently, right? We've all ridden that roller coaster of business, and it's really what do you do to turn on the consistent referrals so that you can have consistent business, so that you can not have that look of stress that guy in the picture has.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Well, we know that referrals work, and you guys proved that, right? Your answers to the poll is that referrals work, and they work because of trust. Let's just net it out. 90% of people say they trust recommendations from people they know, and people are 400% more likely to hire you when you referred to them. So for those of you who said social media is your number one source of business, hopefully you're getting that because of that trust factor that you're building, and some of your people are talking about the trust, right? Hopefully you're sharing testimonials from clients that you've just closed and families that you've helped, because that's what makes a difference. And Todd, I love this last stat. Referred clients are 16% more profitable. You found that to be true for your business, haven't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like as a loan officer, we feel this, right? When the client calls us and they're like, you know what, Brandon said I should give you a call. He says you're wonderful. When you're referred in that strongly, the first question that they ask you isn't what's your rate and what are your fees. They're more interested in the connection because they already know how great you are. You're not having to sell yourself. And so I always love it from a branch manager perspective, because I've run branches before, and it's that whole tension around price exception. And I feel like if you look back at your last, whatever, 10 loans, 20 loans, whatever that number would look like for you, the ones where you have less pricing tension, less pressure, less price exceptions are your referred in loans, would be my guess.
Totally. Todd, we don't share this often, but you know, in the B2B world, 84% of B2B sales start with a referral, right? So if people are doing commercial loans or commercial leasing, 84% of the times it's referrals. But what we're doing here at HOA.com is we're creating the #1 referral network for professionals who serve homeowners. And really this started after I sold Refer.com. We built that up to 5 million members, 250,000 realtors. And then I was sitting on the sidelines and I started working with a local business networking company here in Phoenix. And we said, okay, what if we could create like the BNI Power Team just for homeowners, the professionals who serve homeowners. So that's what we started creating. We actually created this as thehomeowneralliance.com, and we focused on generating home buyer leads for realtors. That was our initial model, but in technology, sometimes you pivot. And what we recognized was that people really needed help with their referral partnerships. So that's what we're doing here, just so you have kind of the origin story. One day I was meeting with my partner and I said, okay, this thehomeowneralliance.com is too long of a domain to fit on the side of a bus. If we could wave our magic wand and have any domain on the planet, what would it be? Homeowner Alliance, HOA.com. And so that's how it was born. We went out and got it. But who is in your business alliance? When you think about your clients that you closed this year and last year, where did that business come from? Right? And who are the professionals that you're partnering up with that are promoting you to the clients that they serve? Todd, this is something I know you teach and preach. Business alliance is important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, some of you have heard the idea of the captain of the wealth team, right? And this is way beyond that, because this is not just the captain of the wealth team, but you're also the captain of the rest of the team, the other professionals that homeowners need. And I think that's where we as loan officers have made mistakes in the past, is we haven't looked at the plumber and the painter and the contractor as referral partners. We may get a referral from them every once in a while, and we may refer them every once in a while, and actually made a conscious, intentional decision that we want to partner with them and help each other grow our business.
Yeah, huge. And what if there was a way that you could automate the co-marketing? And that's what we're going to show you today, a way that you can get them promoting you to all of their clients consistently. And once you set it, you can forget it. It's easy, it's automated, you're going to love it. But right now we got a gift for you. If you go to HOA.com/blueprint, and Sebastian, if you'll drop that in chat, this is a referral partner blueprint. It's a guide. It basically walks you through who you should be partnering with, what to say to them, what's that really look like? How do you meet with somebody, sit down and go, hey, let's create a referral partnership, rather than just, you know, meeting them at a BNI meeting, for example, and saying, hey, let's send business back and forth. That's cool. But that's just one of the 21 top co-marketing campaigns and strategies that you can use to grow your business. So check out HOA.com/blueprint. It's totally free for you. Now we got another poll for you, which is all about referral partnerships. So question to you is, there it is. How many active realtor partnerships do you currently have? And by active, what we mean is somebody that sent you at least one deal in the last 90 days, really one deal once a quarter. So when you think about that, how many realtors do you have that are sending you business consistently? Todd, there's that consistent word again.
You know, I don't get tired of consistently using the word consistent.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got some rock stars here. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds and complete this, but you guys are totally ahead of the curve. So I love what I'm seeing here, because it's clearly important to you guys to build realtor partnerships. And that's awesome to see. Okay, I'm going to 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll, and then I'll share the results with you. And then I'm going to show you what we see nationwide. Okay, so what you see here is the results of our poll here, where we had 31% said they have 1 to 2, 44% of you said you have 3 to 5, 13% 6 to 9, and 13% 10 plus. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing and participating in our poll. And here's what we see nationwide. Okay, so we've surveyed thousands of professionals, and not just realtors, across the board, different industries. And what we found is 32% said they had 0 realtor referral partners, or referral partners at all. 47% said they had one or two. And if you add those two together, that's 79%. You guys are all good at math. So 79% is like the 80-20 rule, have two or fewer referral partners. And Todd, I was doing a referral activation for our friend Stacy Dowling. She's a mortgage lender up in Denver. And we had about 20 of her realtors that were on a class that we were helping Stacy build her referral partnerships. And I did the same poll for them. And do you know that those realtors, we had like 45% that said they had zero. And then another 42%, I think the number was, that said one or two. So that's one of the biggest challenges for these realtors is they don't have any referral partners either.
So when I hear that, I just hear the word opportunity. Right? I just feel like there's a huge opportunity that we can help our realtors with that we're not intentionally doing a great job with right now.
It's huge. It's huge. Yeah, absolutely, Todd. And the other thing that we found when we did this survey, we asked the people that were in that 10 plus category, and here we had 13% of you. So fantastic. Good job, guys. What we found is those that had 10 or more referral partners on average earn over $250,000 a year. So those are the people that were crushing it. 20 grand a year plus, sorry, 20,000 a month plus in income consistently month after month. And the folks that were in the lower categories, they were like on an average of about $75,000 in income. So definitely you want more referral partnerships. We're going to show you how to do that. And the good news is you guys are well paid, right? According to New York Times, you guys earn on average $4,350 per loan closed, which means if you just do 4 deals a month, you're earning over $200,000 a month in income. Todd, is this pretty consistent with what you see nationwide?
You know, it's kind of interesting. I had this conversation with a friend of mine in a higher dollar market. He kind of laughed because he's making way more than that. And then I've got friends who are in some of the smaller markets with lower loan amounts. And they're like, yep, I'm making that exactly. No one's told me they make less than that. So I guess that's good news.
That is good news because I've heard the same thing. I haven't had anybody say less, but I've definitely heard people say they're making more per file. So that's awesome. Well, it's a great industry to be in. You heard my story. My income went from 20,000 to 200,000 a year in 18 months because of reading referrals. But when you think about your referral partners and you look at if you're earning $4,350 for one loan, then one loan per quarter is $17,000 a year in income for you. Okay, so one referral partner is worth over $17,000 a year, even if they only give you one deal that closes once a quarter. Now, hopefully you've got some people, some champions that are doing one loan with you every single month. I know when I was in the business, at the end of my 18 months, my first 18 months, I looked at all of the deals that I had closed, and in 2018, I earned over $50,000 a year from just one realtor. Her name was Dana Berry, and she was just spoon feeding me deal after deal after deal. So that's what we want to help you guys find, is those realtor partners and other partners that are sending you deals consistently. Todd, I know you work with some rock stars. How many partners are you seeing the most successful people are building?
You know, it's really been interesting because I think that it's been a long preach to our industry that you can have 10 great partners and you can build a great business. And I believe that those days are gone. I feel like you've got to up that number a little bit, or look at a conversation like we're having, going back a few slides to the center of the team, in order to have more people referring you within that one realtor relationship. So I think that's going to be the interesting part to me, Brandon, is what I believe when I look at what my team's going to do in the second half of 23 and 24, is I think we're going to still have a consistent number of realtor partners, but our overall referral partners is going to go up 10x because of the fact that each of those realtor partners is going to have a painter, a plumber, a financial advisor, an insurance agent, whoever is their neighborhood pro. And I think that's going to do nothing but increase the business for our team.
Totally. And I love what Donnie Strickland just said, Todd, on our coaching calls. You know, like you mentioned, this woman just got started as an originator at the beginning of this year. So totally new.
Right. Poor timing.
Right. I mean, what a time to get in the business, right? But she's doing the work, right? She's using what we're teaching and using the system we're giving her. And so she's got 8 partners just in the last 30 days, 20 referrals, 8 applications. And that's what we're talking about for your business. So when you think about adding value to the realtors that you serve, one of the things that we know is they don't have many referral partnerships. In fact, years ago, over a decade ago, I had partnered with my company before Refer.com was called Trusted Team. And you're going to hear Trusted Team because it's what we teach. But we had partnered with Prudential Home Services globally. They had given us their database of all 55,000 realtors at that time because they wanted us to create an online profile for every single one of their realtors on our platform. And what was really interesting is I went to their national sales convention 3 years in a row, and I would sit there at the booth and I would ask all these agents that would come up to us. And I said, when it comes to referrals, what's your biggest challenge? And what they said was, we give a ton of referrals away, but we don't get many referrals back. So that's what's going on in the minds of your realtors. So what we recommend you do is that you help them partner with other professionals that are serving homeowners every day and help them formalize their referral partnerships. Now, Todd, I know you've introduced a couple of your realtors to this program. How's that been working? And was that kind of a new concept for them? And what have they done with it so far?
100%, right? So, I decided when I decided to help HOA.com and coach the members that I was going to roll up my sleeves and get in the lab alongside of everyone else. And so I picked up the phone and started dialing real estate agents. And the number one thing I found was that I thought I would have to call lots of agents in order to get an agent to say yes. And it was exactly the opposite. 100% of the agents that I've talked to so far about it have said yes. Now, I know that sounds like, too good to be true, right? When someone's got hundreds of 5-star reviews, you're like, oh, they can't be that good. They must be fake. And so I'm waiting for someone to say no, because I think that'll make my story a little bit better. But ultimately, when I started picking up the phone, everyone has said yes. And not just, agents who are new to the business, agents who have been in the business for a long time. And so we can talk about the wedge strategy later, Brandon, and how I've used that with really big agents who are kind of untouchable. But the bottom line is that it's been really, really well received because they're all struggling right now to get more listings. They're all struggling right now to stay afloat in the business. And this is an easy conversation for them to have with people. They have the same call reluctance that we have as loan officers, they have with homeowners, and it's giving them a reason to go around and meet the people in their neighborhood. And it might not be their neighborhood. It might be the neighborhood next door to where they live or whatever neighborhood they want to farm. And they're making connections and they're getting business. That's the huge thing about it.
It's huge. And, one of the things I think it's such a missed opportunity, Todd, I know you've gotten a lot of deals from home builders over your career and financial advisors and CPAs because you're that captain of the wealth team. But I think this bottom one, property managers, is so underutilized. And that's one of the things I'm excited about because out of the 370,000 HOAs in the US, 65% are managed by property management companies. And yet most people don't love their HOA. So there's a better way to HOA. As we bring this to them, I think that's going to be a gold mine for mortgage loan officers and realtors over the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, when I got into business, my first referral source was a property manager friend of mine, and then financial advisors. Literally, that's all I worked with up through the crash. And in the crash, those were people who weren't referring out business anymore, and that's when I started working with real estate agents. But my focus, actually, my first few years in the business was all on property managers and financial advisors. And I closed 152 transactions in my first full year of business. Awesome. And most of that business came from property managers. Now, granted, it was a different market. I did 24 refinances for just one client that was referred to me as a property manager. I had another one that was almost 10. And so I had these, I was able to get these big pockets of it. But, the bottom line is that property managers manage single family homes as well as HOAs. And the single family home investor is looking for a trusted referral source. And I've said it to our coaching group. I mean, it's going to be the number one area that I'm pushing my team towards in the second half of this year, because I feel like as we head into 2024, that's going to be a really great opportunity for us to get more referrals.
Huge, huge, especially as we revolutionize the way real estate referrals are done. So 100%. Thanks, Todd. Now, when you think about who make your best referral partners, there's really 3 things that we recommend you think about. Number 1, think about the people that you are already referring clients to. Now, that could be an insurance agent, could be a financial planner. You've got some people, maybe it's credit repair. You've got some people that you're referring business out to, right? Are they referring clients back to you? And have you formalized a referral partnership? That referral partner blueprint we gave you earlier, that's going to help you through that process. So that's the first category. The second category is who's already sending you business, but you wish you could multiply that 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, okay? So that's the second. If you're making a list, it's number 1, who you're referring to, number 2, who's referring clients to you, and then number 3, who do you know, like, and trust that you've never approached and said, hey, let's do more business together. Let's build our business together. That's what we call a trusted team. And we're amazed that more people haven't approached all of the people in their lives. And that's one of the things that we help you at HOA.com. But we recommend, whether you come join us or not, think about the people in your life that you might have known for 5, 10 years, but you've never gone to them and said, let's do business together. Now's the time, isn't it, Todd?
You know, it is. And I love that word formalized in there, right? And so think about that as you have people who you believe are your referral partners, but the question is do they believe that you're their referral partner? And so it's this whole idea of how do we formalize it? How do we come together and announce to each other and to the world that we're working together? And that's the to me, the golden thread here, that if you can formalize that relationship, then the 3 cards thing goes out the window. You're the one they refer because you have said, hey, you're my partner and I'm yours.
That's it. I love it. All right. Well, here at HOA.com, there's 4 ways that we help you win more referrals. And you've heard about our coaching. There's coaching, communities, co-marketing, and concierge. We're going to kind of unpack these. The coaching is all about your referral business, okay? So just so you know, we have a membership model, kind of like a BNI or a LaTip. You pay an annual fee, and then you join our referral network. And we also include licensing of communities. So there's different programs depending on what you want, but you can get started and it's super affordable. We have a program at less than $1 a day, okay? So it's a total no-brainer. Now, what's included in the different membership levels is we start with our Raving Referrals training. We actually send you one of my Raving Referrals books so that you've literally got the playbook. And I wrote this as a former mortgage loan officer, so it's really customized for you, even though Todd and I are working on Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros, and that's going to be coming out later this year. We have a virtual course. When you're a member, we give you access to this virtual course where you can learn these little 1, 2, 3 minute video snippets, and you can go 1 a day, and it's super easy and quick. In addition to that, once a week, we do a biz growth coaching call. Now, that's important because you heard Todd talk about the number 3 down here, the Win by Noon mortgage coaching. We do that twice a month, and that is specific for mortgage professionals like you. The weekly biz growth coaching is for anybody who is a business professional, right? So that really does well, not only with the realtors, but painters, plumbers, HVAC, all the home service pros. It's a way that you can give them value and offer to help them grow their business, which is the challenge that they need. So Todd, anything you want to add here?
Well, I love that. I think it was David who was on first this morning. He came on a couple minutes early to the coaching call, and he said he's been on those biz growth calls, and how for him, the things he's learning are easy to put into action. And I always love hearing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked to our coach, Eric Whitmoyer, about him, and he said he's been showing up consistently. And because of that, David Clark is getting the results. So that's what we like, is the results. The input is huge, but the output is what we play the game for. So the second thing that we do, in addition to the coaching, is communities. You heard me say earlier, we are creating online community pages for every neighborhood in America. And we're looking for top quality mortgage experts that we can promote and help build strong referral relationships with all of the homeowners in that community. And Todd, I love this quote: there's no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. Isn't that true?
Yeah, and I think it's more true than ever, right? After the health situation of the last few years where people didn't have that feeling of connection, I think that's actually part of what's fueling all the realtors who've said yes to us, or they really do want to get to know their community better.
Well, and they want to belong again, right? People want to feel connected and they want to feel like they belong again. And then for realtors, we teach hyper local social farming. That's the strategy. Some realtors do a really good job. In fact, if you look at the most successful realtors, they're farming neighborhoods. They are consistently, to use your word, Todd, consistently keeping themselves top of mind and in front of all of the homeowners in their database and in the communities that they're farming. And what I was surprised by, Todd, is that really nobody else is doing that outside of realtors, are they?
Surprisingly so, right? I mean, realtors have always done that. It's kind of been part of their playbook as long as I've known real estate agents. And with HOA.com and the real estate agents that my team has partnered with, it's been an eye opener for us to realize that we can do that as well.
Absolutely. And it's all about that hyper local social farming that we were talking about earlier. So I'm going to show you a quick video here. This is a video of one of our communities. And just to let you know, we're in pre-launch mode. So we're actually going through the process. We've got a new design that's coming that's taking this design to the next level. But what this is doing is creating a community portal page where you, as the loan officer and your realtor, you guys get featured prominently, both on the page and then you see at the bottom of the page. That's what we call our sticky contact bar. But it also includes all of the other trusted and vetted home service pros so that a homeowner has one easy access for where they're going to connect with people. Now, we have Home Search. We have a partnership with Home Scout where we have over 90% of the listings in America. And then also we've added in news and events. And this events tab is really cool. Because you can find out, you can see this videos
in your neighborhood, and as you're sharing this automatic
edit type system where you're able to stay in front of all the homeowners that you serve. Todd, it looks like I'm going to cut out there for a second. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you cut out when the video was going, but the bottom line is that it's so unique because of the fact that you are providing value to the neighborhood on a monthly basis that they're not getting, or they might be getting from other sources, but it's all in one with their home value and the things that are most important to them in their community.
Absolutely. And realtors love this program, right? Because it helps them do the stuff they know they should be doing. They know that the top producers are doing this, but the rest that haven't yet reached that top producer champion status haven't gotten there yet. But I know this is one of your people. So you had invited Ken onto the platform, and this was their quote to you, yeah?
Well, yeah, he and his wife Velma had moved into a brand new build community, and they were feeling a little behind because they wasn't the original community they planned to move into. And some realtor who lived in a different community had already created a Facebook group that had a lot of traction. They felt like, oh my gosh, we're not going to be the preferred professional in our market. And I just loved it because I got the texts, right? They were thanking me for hooking them up with HOA.com. And what I loved is that it was not my team that had to make them feel great and onboard them. It was Allie on your team, on the HOA.com team, that actually took the time to get them launched. And so it's this whole idea of, we did the heavy lifting of getting them to say yes, but then HOA.com did the real work to get them onboarded and get everything going. And after this, they did one of their community events, which maybe I'm getting ahead of a slide where I thought it was kind of a nerdy event. They did a shredding event. And they were just so excited about it. They door knocked every door, and they passed out a flyer that had their information, our information, and the title company, who, by the way, paid for everything. And so my team literally did nothing other than call them up and invite them to join HOA.com. Them and the title company did the rest. All we had to do was show up on the day of the event, shake hands and for real kiss babies. And it was just the power of the relationship, the power of the platform that HOA.com has created.
Yeah, and I love that, Todd, because we see ourselves as your referral partners, right? We help grow your business and we grow it together, because the more we help you, the more that we win together. You see here is a profile page, and this too is getting a facelift. But what this does is gives you a page on HOA.com. You see Stacy here is listed as an elite expert. That's our top level program. But it also includes and has SEO backlinks to the communities that she's licensed. Now, why that's important is this is a major SEO play, right? We have hired the SEO manager from OfferPad, which is like Open Door. If you're not familiar with OfferPad, they've gone public, but we've hired him to lead our digital marketing. And the beauty of that is this drives search engine rankings, right? But the other piece is that you get to feature your trusted team, the professionals that you're working with, and you're adding value to them, and they're adding value to you. The other piece here is our Home Safe report. And Todd, I think this is one of the things that you and I are both most excited about. What this is a valuation report, and it comes out from you to all of the homeowners in your database. And the beauty is that it gives them their monthly valuation. Okay, so it just gets updated every single month, and then shows them the net value, how much equity they have in their property, what they've paid for principal and interest. And then probably most importantly of all, it's got your trusted team, the professionals. And I'm going to back up here a second. The professionals that Stacy is partnering with and recommending to her homeowners. And the beauty of this, as Stacy is setting this up one time, it's automated co-marketing, set it and forget it. Not only is she promoting herself and keeping herself top of mind for everyone in her database, she's also promoting her partners. And the reason that's important is they're promoting her to all of their homeowners. Todd, I know this is one of the things you're excited about, isn't it?
You know, I'm excited about it for so many reasons. And I was laughing earlier when we were doing our coaching call because I got a text from someone who heard me mention it at an event that I spoke at. And, you know, he wants to get more information specifically on this because it's different than what every other real estate agent is sending out. It's different because it's got all of this on here. It's different because each of these different partners is also sending it out to my team's partner. You know, let me say that differently. Each of my team's partners is going to be sending it out to their database, and they're going to be promoting us just like we're promoting them. So that to me is really where the beauty is in it. And it's just different. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's the competitors to this type of report that are coming out each month, and they have so much engagement, and they're so expensive, you know, for us to send out every month. And I personally get it from 5 different real estate agents right now, plus my team. And so therefore, I'm excited to have something that's different that nobody else is sending out that I think is even way more valuable.
Yeah, huge. And we're adding in events and news there too. So you're going to have everything about your community in one place. So we're excited about that. We're also excited about our concierge service. So this is something you can give to the homeowners that you serve. You guys know that moving is a stressful experience. They survived going through the mortgage process, closing on their home. Now they got to actually move, which means they got to set up everything. Well, we give you a white label concierge service to give to the homeowners that you're closing, right? And this, we take care of everything. They'll have a dedicated concierge that will help them from start to finish. And we'll do everything from changing their address, setting up their utilities, their internet, their cable, their security, quotes on homeowners insurance, setting up their, moving and storage, anything they need to really take care of activating all of the services around their home. And the beauty is it's co-branded for you. So it'll have your photo, your name, your phone number, and they'll know it's a gift from you. And there's no additional cost. It's just part of the membership. So we're really excited about this concierge service. Todd, you have a similar service that you have been using in the past, right?
Yeah, we pay $860 a month for it. So I'm looking forward to canceling that since it's included in what I do with HOA.com. And where we use it as a differentiator is in that initial call conversation when we can tell someone who's calling in, hey, you know what? One of the things that we offer to our clients is a concierge service where they will help you turn on all of your utilities and then make recommendations to you for any other services that you need once you move into your home. I want them to do something different, provide value during such a stressful time for our potential clients who turn into clients. And then what I love about it is that right now they're referring out random people that actually they benefit them. And with our concierge service at HOA.com, we'll be referring out the partners that the realtors in each of these different communities is connecting with, that then we'll be referring them out. So we're going to help them grow their business that way. That's that whole idea of the fact that we are, intentionally partnering with them and creating this referral back and forth relationship.
That's the key, adding as much value as you can to the people that you're in partnership with. Todd, I know you're going to be heading to the airplane in just a second.
I'm going to be jumping to go since they moved me far away from my gate so I can have a quiet spot to work. What is there any other
Anything you
thing,
wanna
Brandon,
share?
that you know that I should talk about?
Well, no, I just want to see if there's anything else you want to share before you leave us, because I know you've got to.
You know, let me just tell my Rich Barker story real quick, because I feel like that's the wedge strategy, and I think that was to me what gave me the value. So the day that I did the to realtors, and then I offered it to 10, and 10 people signed up. I didn't want to just give it to people that I knew needed the business. Rich owns part of multiple Keller Williams franchises, and his best friend is his mortgage lender. And I knew this going into it. And I thought, let me push myself and let me ask some people who I think will challenge me, who will, and most likely will say no, because his best friend is a mortgage lender and because everyone hits him up every day for his business. And long story short, I went down the conversation of, hey, what are you doing for your farming? Right. And then I said, well, have you thought about your hyper social local farming? And, is there a particular community? He works in an area called Fountain Hills, Arizona. It's to the east of Scottsdale. And he's very invested personally for him and his team in that community. So, well, there's this one community that I haven't been able to crack. And we went through a couple different communities that he's interested in. And I said, well, what if you and I partnered in that community with HOA.com so that you could be the community connector, so that you could have different tools and differentiate yourselves from all the other real estate agents who are farming that community too. Would that be something that you would be willing to work with my team on? And he didn't even hesitate. Absolutely, Todd, 100. He's like, great. Hey, I got to run, but let's go to lunch and talk about it. Invited me to lunch and paid for my lunch. And he's really one of the people who is, a champion now for HOA.com in our area, because he's so excited to differentiate himself there for his number one community that he's had struggles connecting, and that now he's got a different way to approach it, a different process. He's going to build and bring in all of these other referral partners in there, and it's going to be just a home run. I'm super excited for it. And I think if you're struggling with what to say to realtors, especially those that you think are unreachable, I can tell you that this is something.
I love it, Todd. Thank you for sharing, and have a safe flight. Go enjoy that mastermind. 600
All
people
right.
from the mortgage industry. It's going to be awesome. Enjoy. Brother.
Yeah, if any of you are going to be in Vegas, let me know. And I appreciate y'all. Sorry for leaving you. There's nothing I leave more, but you all know how to reach me. Todd at winbynoon.com. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, Todd. Cool. Well, just a couple more things and then we'll wrap this up. But we say the key is hyper-local social farming. We've been talking about that. The other thing that we do is done for you community impact social events. So we just gave away a trip for 2 to Cancun, Mexico for March Madness. And these are all community impact campaigns that you can just copy, paste, and post, whether it's a We've Been Booed for Halloween or a great egg hunt for Easter. It gives you content that you can share with your community that's just easily swipeable and shareable. So we're also a veteran-owned company, thanks to my business partner, Thomas Evans, who served in the U.S. Army. So we are proudly patriotic and grateful for the freedoms that we enjoy because of the service and sacrifice of our veterans. And that's something that we stand for. You just need to know that in case you want to be a part of us. That's something that we love as our veterans. And so there's 3 different programs that we offer that you can be a part of. You can go apply to join us at HOA.com/LO, and you'll have all the details. There's no cost and there's no obligation to apply. Basically, you're going to put your hat in the ring and we're going to have a conversation to see if this is a fit for you. Now, if you choose us and we choose you, then what you'll be able to do is you'll have the opportunity to license exclusive communities. You'll be, if selected, the exclusive loan officer for that individual neighborhood. And we base that based on subdivisions in the tax records, just so you know. So individual neighborhoods, and then you are the community, the mortgage expert for that neighborhood. We do done for you, and then we also do done with you referral partner co-marketing campaigns. I said that in opposite, but you get it, right? So we create these co-marketing campaigns that make it easy for you. And if you're absolutely crushing it and you're busy and you want extra help, we have a program where we'll actually call top producing realtors and we will pre-sell them on this program, and then we'll schedule appointments with you. So you'll just see them pop up on your calendar, and all of a sudden you've got a coffee meeting with a top producing realtor that has agreed to sit down with you about this program. Okay, so a couple different options. One option is done with you, and one option is done for you. And we'll walk you through that as we have a conversation. And then the concierge and coaching. We do the homeowner concierge service we've talked about. We also create business alliance blueprint agendas to help you create kind of your own BNI group if you choose to. And then, of course, the training and the coaching that we've talked about. Now, we're in pre-launch mode. Okay, so right now you have an opportunity to claim these communities before we launch this to the masses. Now, when we launch, which right now we're scheduled to launch next month in July, we have a comprehensive campaign where we're going to be going in our database. We have over 260 million consumer records. So we have access to all the data on every homeowner in America. We're creating turnkey campaigns that you'll be able to access to promote yourself to those homeowners in those neighborhoods. And then just like Todd talked about, we do community impact events. And so I'll show you a version of that in just a second. But people that have been in our pilot project so far have some great success. Matt Baker came on board, started making phone calls. In the first day of calling to realtors, he got 4 loan applications on day 1. Okay, because he had something different to talk about than just what everybody else is talking about. Daniel Herrera, same thing. I love his quote. He says, "This has given me the confidence to cold call realtors who are excited and have said yes. I received 2 leads from one realtor in just the first few days of signing up." We talked about Donnie Strickland. There's so many. We were just on the coaching call, and we had Harrison said he got 4 referrals in the first 4 weeks. Nick got 3 referrals in 24 hours. Matt said he got 4 referrals in 1 day. So it works when you work it. We give you the training, the tools, the technology. So basically what happens from this point is when you go to hoa.com/LO, you'll go ahead and do the application. You'll see it at the top of the page. Again, no cost, no obligation. Let's have a conversation and see if this is a fit. Once you do that, if we approve you, you're going to select the program that's right for you. We have programs at everybody's price point, and all but one of our programs are less than what you make from one commission on one closed deal. So really it's a total no-brainer. And then we do a one-on-one onboarding call with you to help you accelerate your success. And then we'll help you claim your communities and activate your network. So we have a whole process that we walk you through. But just like Todd says, it really is easy. It's set it and forget it. You do the work on the front end, and then we help you consistently market to your referral partners and stay in front of all of those homeowners in a really set it and forget it. And then lastly, and then we're going to open it up for questions. Part of our go-to-market strategy is to partner with some of the top companies in America. So this is our vision board, just so you know. We already have some partnerships that are completed, like we just did a deal with Thumbtack. So we have all Thumbtack's 250,000 home service professionals that are integrated into our network, right? We just got introduced to the senior vice president for RE/MAX. We're working with the marketing director for HOA management. We have some companies that are looking at multi-million-dollar ad spends that will be a co-op marketing campaign that will take this out to the market. So we're not only doing top down, we're doing bottom up, and we're so excited about what we're doing. And so if you have any questions, we're going to open it up for questions if you want to talk live or put your question in chat. And you're welcome to call or text us at 623-253-5700. And our team is standing by and happy to call or chat. And we want to make sure we get all of your questions answered. But we've got about 6 more minutes right now. So I am going to go ahead and you can offer. Let's see if we have any questions. Absolutely. It looks like Sebastian's answering those. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of other things real quick, just so that you see some of what we're building. We make it easy for you to invite realtors to own their local market and their local listing. So we give you turnkey marketing tools to make that super easy. We teach you the top 100 home service categories as well as the realtors, because realtors have relationships with a lot of these different pros. And again, just like Todd said, we help you formalize those referral partnerships. And then we also do our community activation. And this is really a key to our success. It's activating the community and enrolling a champion that lives in that community, whether they serve on the HOA board or they're just a neighbor who wants their kids to grow up in a connected community. We're creating different turnkey campaigns to help them activate their network. Whether it's hosting an ice cream social and bringing everybody together, we give them all of the instructions so that they can start this campaign. In fact, let me show you some photos here. This is from one of our recent ice cream socials that happened here in Phoenix. And what happened was a realtor and a mortgage lender just threw a party in their neighborhood. And they invited the homeowners to come out and to just get to know each other. And it's so cool when this happens because you become famous in that neighborhood. People get to know you as the person that is connecting that community and making a difference. So that's how the program works. And we're excited to offer you the opportunity to come take a look at this. Let's see if they have any other questions, and then we'll take it out. Okay, so it looks like Megan, this is only for experienced LOs to sign up. Yeah, if you have under 1 year of experience, then depending on the amount of volume that you've done and how many loans that you've closed, we're happy to have a conversation with you and explore and see if this is a fit. Our perfect prospect has been in the business for a couple of years, closed at least, we're looking for people that have closed 25, 50, 100 loans or more, but we do have a program to support those that are just getting started. So go ahead and fill out the application and let's have a conversation, no problem. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions. Doesn't look like it. One thing that comes up is the number of communities. We have some people that license, the average for our mortgage pros is that they license 10 communities and they choose a different realtor for each of those communities. But you can get started with 1 community, with 3 communities, whatever is right for you. Okay, great. If you have any other questions, you can call us or text us at 623-253-5700. And we look forward to working with you guys. I hope this has been incredibly valuable for you. And whether you decide to join our referral revolution or not, take what you've learned today and take action. Put it into practice. Reach out to realtors, reach out to financial advisors, add value to the people that are serving homeowners every day. And as you create your business alliance, your trusted team of people who are serving homeowners every day and who are committed to growing their business with you, you're going to see your loan applications rise, your closings increase, and your income grow to where you want it to be. So take action. We invite you to apply hoa.com/LO, and we just appreciate you for taking the time and learning about how you can grow your business through raving referrals and hoa.com. All right. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon.